A very good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcoming you to the Pride Season number 5 semi-finals. It's been a long tournament with 4 different groups, among which every group considers 6 teams participating. Group A, Group B, Group C and Group D. And 5 matches played by all the teams in every group. Coming out of that, the points table leaders of every group, the top 2 position teams have participated in the quarterfinals, among which the 4 teams have been selected for the semi-finals. We are going to see today Unique Smashers taking on the Blue Star Cricket Friends. As Unique Smashers had a different journey altogether. They were from Group C, playing 5 games and winning all of them, gave them an utter dominance in this game. Have never lost a game in this tournament. Unique Smashers, the teams that they have beaten in the league stage were City, Accumulator 11, Falcon 11s, Blackhawks, AFCA. And along with that, in the quarterfinals, they also provided a comprehensive performance against Silent Killers. So that shows their mere dominance in this venue, in this tournament, and their current form sets themselves up. Whereas on the other hand, Blue Star Cricket Friends had a different kind of journey, kind of low roller coaster journey. They were at the second position in the Group B. The table was topped by Elite Bulls, playing 5 matches, winning 3 out of it and losing 2 games. They've been a bit of struggling zone, yet they gave a good comeback in the quarterfinals, beating up Blue Dot by a difference of 154, scoring 229 and keep taking all the wickets of Blue Dot for 75 runs. That's a tremendous performance, a confidence performance to come to the semi-finals. But this is a different day, different pressure and different stage altogether. They have to face an unbeaten side of the tournament. Who's gonna make it? And along with that, the toss news have also been released that Unique Smashers have won the toss. Surprisingly, they have decided to bat first. That we've seen most of the times Unique Smashers in this tournament bowled first and did really well. Even batting first, they had a comprehensive victories, but pretty much most of the games they had bowled first. And even only one time Unique Smashers have won the toss in the league phase, among which they have decided to bowl first. So this was a completely surprising decision from Unique Smashers to bowl first, to bat first in fact. Whereas on the other hand, Blue Star Cricket Friends, whenever they won toss in league phase or both in quarterfinals, they had decided to bat first. So this will be a surprising start for them, being put on to bowl first and losing the toss. Maybe that might not give the mere upper edge, but that doesn't decide the fate of this game. Since this is semi-final, you have to think way more than the luck factor. You have to think way more than the statistics and the rhythm that you settled so far in the tournament. So this is a different approach altogether. For the first time, winning the toss and choosing bat, Unique Smashers were trying something new, and Blue Star Cricket Friends were put on in a challenging situation where they have to prove their worth. With this backstories, the journey of both the sides, Pride Season number 5's first semi-final is here. Anything might happen from here. The team that is ever to be beaten, winning all the 6 games including the quarterfinals, and the team had seen all the lows and highs of this tournament. So different journey, different experience. I'll say 50-50 opportunities for both the sides to make it, including the toss factor. Without expectation, we're heading into the semi-finals as Mohammad Kafi, the opener, along with Atikur Rahman, one of the top run getters of the side, and Prem Kumar with the ball. The most valuable player of the tournament so far, Prem Kumar, picked up a couple of wickets at the number 4 position in wicket takers list, and he's the second highest run getter for his side, Blue Star Cricket Friends. So with both bat and ball, he did really well in this tournament, Prem Kumar. Atikur Rahman is the other batter to watch out for, along with Barkat, have been the leading run scorer of the tournament. Will also be coming out to bat for Unique Smashers. But as of now, it's Mohammad Kafi on strike and Prem Kumar with the ball. Catch was the call, and that's straight away taken with good control. Mohammad Kafi straight away gone through the covers for the boundary. That's first boundary of the morning. The first ball went for boundary to get up the mark and open the account for Unique Smashers. Seems like he's in a statement. He's in the right mood to play the shot. Look at that. This is the first ball of a game, first ball of a batter. Never had that pressure, never had that nervous of facing a first ball. Those were different times of cricket. But this in modern day cricket, you have to play as if you already played 50 balls. Much better one from Prem Kumar straight away onto the stumps. But speaking about this toss factor, I don't see pitch condition impacting a lot in that decision. as they have a lot of experience playing in White Jersey Twin Park, not just in this tournament. A few of these cricketers have played a couple of tournaments here, so this venue is a regular one for them. These pitch conditions were not going to be surprising for them. Yet there'll be something to purchase, but it may be a big match pressure. Sometimes in big matches, batting first have always been a pressure relieving factor, an upper edge when you bat first. Atiku Rahman for the first time will be expected to perform in this big stage. No matter what you did in this tournament, you may have scored a couple of runs, you may have scored 200 runs already in this tournament. A cheeky one. I'm not sure whether it got the connection right, but the outfield does the job for the side, as they got a couple of runs on the board. That'll surely be that big match pressure with Atiku Rahman as well. 6th place in the leading run scorers list, averaging 50 plus. Been a promising player for the side. Atiku Rahman had a century on his name as well, so he has this potential of scoring centuries too. They gotta expect a lot from these batters. But as of now, coming back to the conditions, typical Chennai weather. We are in August 10, so almost nearing the monsoon, which is coming right from next month. But as of now, it's still hot and humid conditions. That's gonna be same for both the cricketers throughout the day. So the pitch condition is going to be as predictable as it could get. It's about the psychological impact that you're going to get from these conditions. Onto the bats again from Prem Kumar. Will be just a single and he'll be keeping the strike back for the next over. 9 for no loss. Sachin Riga with the ball. A cheeky one from Mohammad Kafi to get rotating the strike as well. This improves the understanding between the batters. As long as they run between the wickets, they get good understanding. The partnership will grow easily. And shuffling the strike sometimes puts the bowler into the back foot. They'll expect to bowl onto the same batter so that they could set the game plan right. They need not to change the field positioning. Now everything changes as the batter changes. Good flow of bat. Yes, is the call. And that's a very good running between the wickets, showing right intent early in the first innings. The batting depth have been very long for unique smashers. They don't have tail at all, which gives them the confidence to score much in the power play. I think these were gifted batting lineups for unique smashers, where you will be having much more batters to come on to bat. So this gives you a lot of freedom. The vision of Rohit Sharma, where he wanted to set such Indian team where the fast bowlers like Mohammad Siraj should also bat well, should also take up the responsibility. If this happens, the top order batters could play fearless cricket. That's what he was doing in white ball cricket for the past 48 months. Slicing it behind. Nobody standing at the short third man and third man as well. And that eventually goes for the boundary. This is a beautiful shot to watch out for from Atiku Rahman. And what's most beautiful part about this is, in today's modern day cricket, you're letting the ball to come in and slicing it behind. Sensible batting. Now they must be pretty careful with their field positionings. Now the short third man has been put standing a bit wider. There is still a space. The bowler must change his line and length as well. Plays a good shot that seems like a vacant space, and it eventually goes over the boundary ropes. Back Back-to-back boundaries here from Atikur Rahman. This one taken with good conviction to play it at the deep square region where nobody standing at the deep. There you could see this length, which gives more space for Atikur Rahman to stretch himself, and that is a good use of bat. The bat flow has been really good to watch out for. This time in the air through the covers, and one more boundary. It's much more beautiful and elegant to watch out for. And inside out from Atikur Rahman to finish this over. That's hat-trick of boundaries and 24 for Nolas after 2. This was that shot. Look at the toms. The way how we freeze them. The fielders became viewers. Positive start here from Unique Smashers. This might be the reason to bat first today. We've seen a lot of evident matches out there, the big matches. Though the team had a track record of chasing well, they'll bat well in big stages so that they could make sure they win the game. While batting second in big stages, every good over push you under pressure. One maiden over or one over with just 2 runs and a wicket, the batters will feel the pressure. That won't be there while batting first, that you could clearly see here. Both Atikur Rahman and Mohammad Kefi were taking the calculated risk, and sometimes way more than that. That's just because of one thing. They don't have the target pressure, they don't have the required run rate pressure. Whatever they post is the total, so this gives them that relaxed mindset to express themselves well. Long off in position now. Abraham, the new bowler. Much better stroke making and a much better fielding. Good cricket overall, but it eventually provides a result that they're looking for. Mohammad Kefi this time went on top of the ball and punches it, which is more than enough for this ball to go for the boundary. I want to check whether it was first pitching on the next pitch. I think that's the reason. It's pitching on the next pitch, which gives immediate reaction to the ball to travel well. That even the fielders tried their best to stop that. It eventually goes for boundary. Had a bit of movement. Maybe they could slow down. Though this is power play, though this is new ball. The more you bowl quicker, the more the batters enjoy scoring boundaries. I don't see them facing these pressures. This is pretty much the batters were not even pushed to come forward to bat. Much better one. Much better line and length. Strong shouts. And that's been given, it seems, as the finger's gone up. Finally brings up the breakthrough here, Abraham. But the difference is the flighted delivery here. He didn't bowl it quicker, he didn't bowl it flatter. Flights it. A gutsy delivery earns the wicket that he is expecting for. That's when the on-field umpire lifted up his fingers. That's the story of Atikur Rahman coming to an end. I'll say this is a huge breakthrough out there in the power play. 29 for 1, Abraham gets his first breakthrough. There you could see the other pitch out there. 2 grounds in white jersey, that's why it's named Twin Park. This is XL and that one is L, which is considerably a smaller ground comparing to XL. The boundary distance will be slightly low. There comes the number 3 batter, a left-hander. Barakat, if I'm not wrong. As he is Barakat, the leading run scorer of the tournament. 250 plus runs, the only batter to score such runs in this tournament. The thing is, he didn't had a century on his name, which shows match after match we've seen him performing well in the tournament, and that will surely be expected. That was expected from Atikur Rahman as well. He did well but couldn't carry out the same momentum throughout the innings. But as we spoke early in the innings, early in the first over in fact, the depth that they are having, never expect one batter to play longer innings. If he plays, that's a gift, but if he doesn't play, there are a lot more batters waiting outside to show that true strength. But this is really good. The more confidence you are, the more gutsy your approach is, you could fetch that wicket. Initially, we've seen Abraham was bowling like a medium pacer, those quicker ones, those arm balls. The moment he started trusting his flight, the moment he started trusting his turn, he eventually got the breakthrough. Now to the leading run scorer of the tournament in the most crucial phase to build his innings up. Couldn't get the connection, but anyway tries to go for the single. Go running between the wickets, gets off the mark with that single, Barakat. But that will surely be expected to be a longer innings. And as we said, this left-right combination is going to push the captain under pressure. You have to shuffle the fielders every ball if it goes for the single. Should never get confused on where to place which fielder, which batter you're bowling to. Mohammad Kafi is a solid contender of scoring big runs on the board. The more he gets in control, he's a very good stroker. Back to what he did so far in this innings. I don't see this working well for the bowler. Even this was a very good shot from Mohammad Kafi. So the more you bowl flatter, the more the batter's feeling comfortable. Let the ball flight, let it do its job. Much better one, and Yorker out there with a flighted delivery. Doesn't get the result that he's looking for, but anyway that's just a single, as Mohammad Kafi will be keeping the strike back for the next over. 31 for 1 after 3. This is the batting cord as of now. The skipper's playing responsibly, but unfortunately Atikur Rahman with his quick bites scored with 200 strike rate but couldn't maintain the caliber. And this is the time where we have to speak about this par score as well, as there is a reason behind Unique Smashers winning the toss and choosing to bat first. This is not just about that track record. This is also adding the track record of Blue Star Cricket Friends. They were very good while batting first. In quarterfinals, they had scored 229 while batting first. They won the toss and chose to bat first. So giving batting first to Blue Star Cricket Friends will give them an unfair advantage. And that may also be a reason for Mohammad Kafi to choose batting first, so that they could set the par score and put them under pressure. Oh, these are solid arms. Every stroke he plays has a sound and has a quickness. Not an easy one for the fielders to stop. Left or right to their fielders, it will be going for the boundary. Much better one in control here from Prem Kumar. He also started adapting to those flights, which is working well for them. But I believe the 210 or more will also be possible if they go with the same standard. And there is much more possibilities out there if this man stands for a long time. Pulls it away for the boundary. And this is a short punishable length from Prem Kumar. A very short length which invites the batter. When you don't have a pace, you're not supposed to bowl such lengths in the power play, especially if you're not having a deep mid wicket in position. Much better stroke makings. The bowlers must be much more confident with their lengths. They are fearing out to flight the ball, not giving enough revolutions to the ball. This seems to be much better, inviting the batter to play the cut shot. The biggest strength of Mohammad Kafi is that he's having that 360-degree batting approach. If you bowl outside the off stump, he's slicing it to the point fielder. He's playing it through the covers, long off, long on, deep mid wicket. Then where will he bowl to the batter? One more poor delivery, but that eventually had an opportunity to be a wicket, but ends up as a boundary. It's been a short length offered once again, but as quick as possible from Prem Kumar. I don't feel this will work in these conditions, especially against this batter. Look at that. These were gifted deliveries in my point of view. Invitations to go for the boundary. The bowlers must be pretty much careful, though it's a new ball, though it's a power play. Flight the ball, let the batter take the risk of playing the slog sweep or to play down the ground. If that is not, the spinners doesn't supposed to bowl in the power play. It seems like he's trying to bowl medium pace. And nowadays, sticking around with God doesn't work in T20 cricket. We'll speak about that lot about that in the next over. 40 for 1 after 4 overs. Abraham continues to bowl. This is what I've been speaking about. Let it flight and let it do its job. That's what it's supposed to do. With this flight coming into the game, they could eventually take a lot more advantage against the batters. Much better one from Abraham. When you're trying to bowl a quicker one, it's better to bowl good length or the fuller length rather than focusing on a short ball. If there is no pace on the ball, there is no possibilities of you bowling a short ball or a back of length too. That Abraham must be very careful of. And they should keep this one thing in mind, that these two batters have the possibility, have the potential to change the game at any point of time. The more they stay in the crease, the more the danger will be. Oh, this is a wonderful shot down the ground. Goes over the bowler's head in style. Mohammad Kefi is in commandable position in semi-finals. Moves to the 30s. I'll say this is the shot of the day so far. But I'll still appreciate the bowler to continue the same length. Look at that. A little bit of lesser flight, a quicker one, lets the batter to confidently go straight. Seems like he was expecting that to come on to him. Look at his position. He's having that caliber. He's having a huge plan to make it a big innings. And this way it looks better. The more you invite the batter onto the front foot, the more the possibilities of getting wicket. Sometimes you'll be getting punished. That's what Virat Kohli believed when his aggressive captainship started taking over the country. The way how he believed in his bowlers. The only thing that he regularly says is let him score a couple of boundaries. If he opens his bat, if he opens with confidence, there will be a lot of possibilities for the batter to make that mistake. Cheeky one from Barakat. Started playing in calm and composed knock. Could stop from the fielder anyway, as this gave a couple of runs for them with the bat. Speaking about wonderful running between the wickets, 3 runs scored over there. That brings 50 up here for unique smashes as well. Well, speaking about trusting your length, sometimes though Mohammad Kafi scored a sixer down the ground, I'll still try to bowl the same length, as where the batter takes the risk, there the opportunity of wickets as well. And this is not the right one. Anyway, there is a fielder out there. 53 for 1. It is after 5. 53 for 1. With last over of power play, change in end here. For every 5 overs, there will be a change of end. And some ends will be working well for the batters, some ends will be working well for the bowlers. It's more of psychological and the rhythm that you gain. Couldn't see much of change in the bowling options as they've been shuffling around with the same bowlers in the power play. Prem Kumar continues to bowl, expecting that him bringing out that expected breakthrough. And this also gives more time for Bhargav to settle himself. He doesn't have to hurry anything. He can stay relaxed, finding gaps and set himself up as Mohammad Kafi is taking care of the run rate as of now. But when you bowl such gifts to the batter, they'll definitely try to score boundaries. This will eventually settle the batters up. There is no guarantee even if the batter scores hat-trick of centuries that will do the same in the fourth game. So though he is a set batter, though he is a leading run scorer, that doesn't assure he will score runs today. That's what I was supposed to say. Prem Kumar, the key bowler, the key batter of the side, does the job again in the semi-finals and bringing up a huge breakthrough, dismissing the big fish out there. As this is one of the tremendous delivery. Unfortunately, we got to see this with the back end. Look at that. That goes between the bat and pad and hits out the off stump. Excellent delivery from Prem Kumar. Bowling round the wicket. 55 for 2. Bhargav unfortunately walks back to the pavilion. Plays it through the cover straight away. Gets up the mark for the boundary. Satish seems like he was already playing match 1 at the other ground of White Jersey. And this is the beauty about this side. In fact, this is the beauty about modern day cricket. Imagine, this is the first ball of a batter and he eventually plays a cover drive. This wouldn't be possible 10-15 years before. They'll take a couple of deliveries, they'll settle themselves up, and then slowly they'll start scoring boundaries. Now even if there is a hat-trick ball, if it's a loose ball, the batter will punish you. This actually puts the bowlers in more pressure zone where they can never experiment anything. They have to be very much careful on what needs to be done. They have to be very much careful ball after ball. Change of pace from Prem Kumar will be ending up as a single with one more to complete the power play up there. Having a tremendous batting display despite of losing 2 set batters, Atikur Rahman and Bhargav, were the 2 leading run scorers. They've been in the top 5 list of overall run scorers as Bhargav was leading the list. But unfortunately today we couldn't be able to see the stroke makings coming into play. Single to end the over. That's 61 for 2 after 6. Delay the new bowler into the attack. Seems like straight away moving out with the leggy. Surprising to see the wicketkeeper standing closer to the stumps without helmets. And both the batters were not wearing helmets. They may be tall and could be able to handle the spinners up playing while batting. But what about running between the wickets? What if a direct hit goes closer to you? Helmets were not just to watch the ball and play your stroke. It's very important in all times of playing a game, especially while running between the wickets when a direct hit or a throw was being done on you. Interesting to see the release point of Delhi over there. Though it's a high arm release, it's a little bit flat so far as the batters were trying to push themselves into the back foot. This is the post power play. The mid low specifically, the batters will try to play composed knock rather than being aggressive, as this is the most crucial phase where you have to rise the pillars up. As of now, the basement was done well. If you do your pillars also, then we could eventually build the building in death overs. That's how the typical T20 batting structure will be. But now it's changing after the Travis Head era. The way how Travis Head started approaching T20 cricket, how Henry Claassen batted, Rohit Sharma approach as a captain. It's changing the white ball cricket entirely. But still there is this formula. If he doesn't know what needs to be done in the middle overs, and even for the bowlers, there will be some justice to be done, as they'll be bringing some spinners in the middle overs where the battles will be having double main confusion. Shall we go for big run rates or shall we go for good partnership, so that we could stable the innings at the 15th over? So this double main confusions brings the spinners to pick some wickets. If the batters were clear, then the game will never be easy for the bowlers to do. That's how it used to be. Catches the call. That's soft dismissal. In fact, that seems to be put down. Oh, that is unfortunate. I started celebrating eventually. You could never get such an easy one. As that eventually goes out of the control. 7 gets complete at 67 for 2. Shaktivel, the new bowler, comes into the crease. That was a nightmare thing happened over there in the previous overs lost ball. An easy catch put down by Delhi. Would have been an easy one for him. Would have added one more wicket on his name. Pulls it away. The timing seems to be better as it pierces between the fielders. Welcome boundary after a very long time. As Satish gets another one. Not a better connection, but still a better timing. Look at that. And that's why the way it travels surely ensure that it will be going for the boundary, though there were 2 close fielders nearby. These are biggest strengths for the batters. When they start finding gaps, there is this fine leg which is kept empty. Much space for paddle sweeps to be played. But without helmets, this will never be advisable. So that's how the field positioning is being done. Sweeper cover, long off, long on, deep mid wicket, deep square leg in position. And the rest of the fielders were placed inside the 30-yard circle. Now there is a short fine leg fielder, extra covers, backward point and point, no signs of third man. That's high in the air, catch was the call. But who will be there to take that catch out of the park? That's a tremendous shot out there from Mohammad Kafi. The way he went under the ball, Said it will be getting the height as well as the distance. This was the shot we've been speaking about, though he's a tall batter. Look at the way how his bat went under the ball. Oh, that is a proper six hitting technique. And it deserves this distance. $78 for 2. As Mohammad Kafi enters into the 40s, taking up the responsibility in the big stage. Oh, much better one, much better one. That is a clear-cut clue that the more slower you are, the more advantage you could get. If you show pace on the ball, then it's going to be punished. I think this is the message clearly intended by the batter so far in this innings. That doesn't mean you can bowl a slower one anywhere on the wicket. Bowl the right length with a slower one that will surely give a purchase. High in the air, seems like a better timing and better fielding as well. Will be just a single, couple of singles out there to finish things off in this over. 8 gets completed, 80 for 2 it is. Continues to bowl Delhi. Oh, much better one. This is really interesting to watch out for. A spinner straight away starting to dominate. But on the non-strikers end, you would have seen the urge for Mohammad Kafi to go for the single. The only way you could pull yourself away from this game is to play dot balls. Dot balls will build the confidence of a bowler. You never need to score a boundary or a sixer. Just go single after single. That's pretty closer. Deserves a wicket over there, Delhi. Unfortunately, he's missing out each and every time. He's trying to play that. This is very unfortunate. This is very unfortunate that Delhi is missing it every time. Look at that. Look at that. Almost closer to off stump. Delhi has something to purchase, but it's getting delayed. It's already the second chance for the batter. Oh, seems to be much better one. I'm really loving the way how Delhi is bowling. I'll say it's a gutsy bowling approach. Despite of him dropping the catch, he's doing everything right. A measured flight and the right length with decent pace. That doesn't let the batters to go for big shots easily. You have to step out, or you have to stretch yourself forward. Look, Mohammad Kafi is stepping out, but couldn't get the distance that he is looking for. It's already a success for the bowler with the way of his bowling is making the batters to take different decisions. As the game plan is not working well, you can't stand and deliver. That's what the mistake done by most of the bowlers today. They showed much pace which led the batters to stand and deliver. Sweeps it away, but somehow manages to find the distance as well. That's a maximum. But still, this is a very good ball from Delhi. Unfortunately, went for the maximum. Satish swept it really well. This is also out of syllabus. Look at the way how his back foot is stretching. We've never expected this from Satish. Good partnership building straight away. It's 90 for 2 already. Another one to sweep it away. Couldn't get the control that he's looking for. Will be just a single to end the over. That's 11 runs coming off this over. 91 for 2. There you could see the scorecard out there. Two key batters did well throughout the tournament, lost their wickets, one to Abraham and the other to Prem Kumar. But surprisingly, two different batters were taking up the responsibility and building this innings really well. Mohammad Kafi, the captain, along with Satish, who came at number 4, 91 for 2. Thiago, the new bowler, comes into the attack. Seems like a right arm round the wicket bowler. With short third man, backward point, and extra covers in position. No fine leg in place, which is a clue. But without helmets, I don't see the batters trying to play these cheeky shots like scoop sweep, a paddle sweep, which may be a very dangerous stroke for them. Punches it through the covers, no chance of that getting a single over there. I think certain players have meant to be perform well in big stages. Mohammad Kafi does this really well, and along with Satish, you would have never expected these two players to build this partnership. Are these two players doing well today? It came completely out of syllabus. Maybe I'll see most of these bowlers to be a Xerox pattern, as they're not having long run-ups, they're not having different lengths. Just the bowler name is changing and the physics is changing, but the kind of balls being delivered have been pretty similar right from the beginning. That's why Mohammad Kafi is very comfortable, and it became a routine for him to play such balls to score runs on the board. Catch is the call, and finally something that comes in their way. Thiago came in, changes the pace on the ball, and eventually gets out the breakthrough. That's not the right length to play onto the long on, but Mohammad Kafi had a bit of hurry-burry attitude against this new bowler. This was the change of pace. He was also realizing that, but couldn't stop the swing. An excellent catch taken at long on. 94 for 3 it is, as Mohammad Kafi walks back to the pavilion. Turns out to be a wonderful innings from the captain. 45 runs of 30 balls, not an easy one. Will surely be appreciated, but will also be expected to perform a little longer. Anyway, that's innings coming to an end. 94 for 3. .94 for 3. Onto the path straight away to the new batter. Vijay Raghavan, the new batter, came in at number 5. Seems to be the right situation for him to play a couple of deliveries on how the angles were, how the wicket is reacting. Then he could straight away go to take charge against the bowlers. There is a huge space for the bowler batter to settle himself well. But this is turning out to be a wonderful over from Thiago. As ball after ball, the batters were intending to go for the big shots. But he controlled the boundaries, conceded a couple of singles and picked up a huge wicket out there. Dot ball to end the over. 4 runs coming out of the over. That's 95 for 3 after 10. 95 for 3. A change in end again. Delhi bowls from this end. It'll be beautiful to watch his release point with this angle. Oh, excellent one. The length was very good. That doesn't let the batters to freely flow their arms. He deserves to take a wicket despite of conceding a sixer in the previous over. One went on closer as an inside edge and the other was an easy sitter put on by himself. And that's why middle overs are always dangerous. When you start picking up wickets in the middle overs, the batters will slowly shut down themselves from scoring runs on the board. It will eventually slows down whatever they did in the power play. And that's why you'll score some runs on the power play. But what defines the death overs is the way how you play in the middle overs. If it doesn't score much in the middle overs, it's not going to set the tone for death. If you maintain the same reliability which you had in the power play, then it's going to be wonderful death overs. But within that, the middle overs decides everything. That's where the spinners comes into play. That's where the medium pacers comes into play, where they'll surely look forward to pick up some wickets. That focus will always be on wicket column in the middle overs. Exceptional stroke making, that is. Vijay Raghavan gets his first boundary. This was a clear-cut invitation from Delhi. Play it on the fine leg. Okay, I'll do that. And thanks for the delivery anyway, says Vijay Raghavan. He was ready with that intent. His bat seems to be pretty relaxed. A relaxed stance with light bottom hand that lets him to play 360-degree angle cricket. Much better one. But the resilience of these batters were impressive to watch out for. Without boundary, they also got 100 up in no time. But this is up to these two new batters to take up the responsibility. But Satish have been a bit experienced with his 28 of 19. Have to trying to convert it as a longer innings. That's where this innings might thrive. With dot ball to end the over, that's 1 or 2 for 3. 102 for 3. Oh, an attempted Yorker. Seems out to be getting well nailed onto the toes. He's a very dangerous bowler, Thiago. He's having this variation of pace that confuses the batter, makes them to struggle to play the strokes. That's where Mohammad Kefi lost his wicket. He was expecting that to be a quick pace delivery, but it was not with that much pace expected. Oh, seems like it's getting a thickish outside edge. But luck have always been in favor of unique smashers today so far. This is one among that inside edge of Delhi. This one, and so many things have resulted in their favor. It's been another quick delivery bowled outside the off stump. Swings his bat, Vijay Raghavan. In fact, Satish didn't got much enough timing, but somehow managed to get that boundary. There have been certain areas which is a loophole in their field positioning. The one is short third man. They don't have finer short third man, now they're having, and they'll never had fine leg, even now they're not having. So these were the regions that must be kept in control. And you must be way aware, the first couple of deliveries have been little quick. He might be ending up with a slower ball at any point of time, especially if the batter is trying to shift up the gears. Seems that's where it's been kept in control. We've seen left arm spinners doing well in these conditions, and yet to see a left arm spinner coming in action. Not sure whether they'll be having a left arm spinner today, but definitely unique smashers will be coming out with that asset as well. As that's where this game will be put out in control. Though you've been good run rate now, not 9 for 3 in 11.3 overs. This seems like they could eventually reach 190 or 200, but I'll still say that won't be a tough target to defend. Blue Star Cricket friends are also having good standard of batting so far in this tournament. This was that I've been speaking about. The change of pace have also had an outside edge, but fell short of the wicketkeeper. It seems couldn't carry that. Look at that. It was clearly evident that it is a slower one. Even Satish was realizing it, but got that edge anyway. Should have taken at this level of cricket. Another chance was put down anyway. Oh, this is one after the other. One after the other. Disappointed Thiago for not purchasing anything out there. Another change of pace, one after the other. That also worked well for Thiago, just 12 runs in his 2 overs. That brings up to an end to the 12th over, that's 110 for 3. That's how the bowling card ends here. Prem Kumar 3 overs, 26 for 1. And there have been other bowlers have also shuffled around him, with Delhi bowling 3 overs. Supposed to get wickets out there. Should continue out with him again. Flatter one that's been pulled on by Satish, but couldn't see much of boundaries consistently coming with the bat. Even the previous one was an outside edge, went behind. Convincing stroke makings being kept in control, but next 3 overs will be much crucial, that they could also go defensive so that they could save much wickets for the death overs. Oh, small mistake, you could end up your wicket. That's how this man is bowling Delhi. But this have been conscious cricket from Vijay Raghavan and Satish to not to lose much wickets in the middle overs, despite of them compromising with the run rate as well. but there is still a possibility. There have been a little bit of space for the turn as well. It might sometimes impact this game with this length he is bowling on. Oh, another close and strong appeal from the wicket keeper. Couldn't convince the on-field umpire. Imagine if this is on the stump line, it would have clearly hit the stumps. A cheeky one out there will be just a single. And this might also turn things in their control. 113 for 3 as of now, with just 2 to get things in control. The possibilities of them getting 200 is slowing down, but at one big over can change that again. Turning out to be a wonderful spell from Delhi so far. 0 for 27, missed out 2 opportunities of taking wicket. One went out of unluck and the other was an easy sitter put down by him. Will he end up with a wicket? Oh, that's slowly going out of his control, but that turns out to be a wonderful over. Just 3 runs coming off this over. That's 13 gets completed, 113 for 3. Continues off to bowl Thiago, 1 for 12 so far. Another slow Yorker. This is interesting to watch out for. But this is also conscious batting from both the batters. Haven't played a blinded strokes. Have never fallen for the traps. If it's a loose delivery, they are punishing it off. If it's something aiming for wicket, they are playing it with conscious approach. That's high in the air, chance of a wicket. As it eventually got its distance that it requires for. We have to wait for the on-field umpire's decision anyway, as he's getting it confirmed. 1 bounce boundary it seems. But that was a wonderful effort from the long off fielder. Ran closer, but unfortunately he fails to grab this as a catch. Much better stroke making. This also relieves the pressure from the batters and breaks the silence somehow. Punches it through the covers, chance of a single. This eventually changes his length. When you could clearly see with the way how Thiago was bowling his past couple of deliveries, he was trying to bowl slow Yorkers one after the other. So his length have alternatively changed from something back of length to a closer one. And that's when the batters have started finding the aerial route. And these kind of strokes are also being implemented. And sometimes you have to do this. This is what they call as attacking is the best form of defense. You're not feeling comfortable with him trying to bowl that Yorker again. So it's better to go for the aerial route. One big shot, the bowler will never try that ball again. But he was trying anyway, Thiago. Punches through the covers. Wonderful shot that is. And that is a wonderful save as well. Saves 2 runs for his side. This is very good quality cricket all round. With the kind of ball being bowled to the shot and the field positioning. I think these were blissful to watch out for with the way how cricketers are showcasing their talents. This is clearly evident in Chennai. There have been a lot more talents out there working in different professions and playing cricket as passion, yet showing the professionalism with the game as well. This comes out with 100% commitment. 14 gets completed, 122 for 3. That is taken. And finally, the breakthrough is Sachin Riga came in and brings up the breakthrough. I think it is a kind of typical delivery. You can't say it's a wicket taking delivery. It's been bowled way outside the off stump. Pushes the batter to extend his arms. That's a poor connection anyway. 122 for 4 as the partnership gets broken. Good innings from Satish coming to an end as he did his job really well and took care of the middle overs as well. Wonderful numbers, made two big partnership in this innings. 37 runs of 31 balls, 3 boundaries and a sixer. Satish walks back to the pavilion. Raj, the new batter, comes in at number 6. This is right time to break the partnership where the run rate will also kept going low. Every time when a wicket falls, the run rate went low. It was more than 10 runs per over. Now it's 8.51. They could eventually make it out in one big over, but what matters the most is every time when two batters set themselves up, a wicket falls. So they set themselves up. They were planning to shift up the gears. Eventually, wicket falls. Then they have to start the same procedure from zero. That's what exactly happening here. But this seems like Raj is not ready to take some time in the middle as he eventually gets a couple of runs on the board. Gets off the mark with those 2 runs, Raj. Much better stroke making. Just watches the right length to score runs on the board. Just on over and you will eventually fall into the death overs. And that's what the real drama is waiting for. Much better one from Sachin Riga. He's also a tremendous performer out there, Sachin Riga. Change of pace is working well in the middle. It's more about you should not provide what the batter is expecting for. Now you bowl back-to-back slower ones, the batter will surely expect a slower one. And that's why the surprise quicker delivery should also be implemented. Oh, he's doing it really well, but unfortunately it's going away from him. But this is turning out to be a wonderful over. The batters are reading the ball one after the other and playing according to that. Gets thickish outside edge. And very good call from the non-striker Vijay Raghavan as they straight away got a single and 2 as well with a misfield. 15 gets completed, 128 for 4. There you could see the batting card. The first 4 batters have gone, but few of them have did the job really well. Now it's up to the middle order batters to take this forward. Big shot, but doesn't get the result that it's looking for. Abraham back into the attack. He was the one eventually started taking up the breakthroughs early in the innings. Now into the death overs to accompany his side. A few bowlers have completed the spells anyway, and a few are expected to complete. Thiago still having one to be completed. Dilly have completed his entire quota of 4 overs. Did really well with the ball today. Prem Kumar had one to complete. And obviously Abraham, after completing this, he'll be having one more to bowl. Sachin Riga is there, so there'll be a good shuffle around that. But I'll say Thiago was doing it really well, should continue out to bowl. This was the end where he picked up the wicket of Mohammad Kafi as well. Another one kept in control. Look at the reaction immediately. This comes out of a regular playing of cricket, regular understanding on the context of the game. Pulls it away. I was expecting that to happen. The more you give room, the more the batters will try to pull it away. Excellent throw that is. It's straight away aiming onto the stumps. The standard of cricket is improving in Chennai. That shows the clear passion of cricketer. You are having passion for the game, and the way how you improve your game matters a lot. There have been obviously good quality leggies. There have been wonderful medium pace bowlers, wicket keepers doing the job, fielders, and classical batters. And certain things won't come only if you play gully cricket. You should take your own interest to develop such skills. And that's why the standard of Chennai cricket turns out to be in different level. Catch was the call, but that seems to be better placement, as it got a couple of runs on the board, couldn't reach out the boundary ropes anyway. Speaking about the standards of young cricketers or the gully cricketers out there in Chennai, it's been improvising a lot. They have started adapting mind games to a serious level. It's not just about watching the ball, trying to score runs on the board, watching a short ball, playing a puller cut, watching a fuller length, playing a driver, a slog shot. They are more of focusing towards the mind game, which over it is, which bowler it is, how many overs left for him, when can we shift up the gears, what he'll be bowling. He's having mid-off inside the circle, so there is no possibilities of a stump line delivery. So these were the thought process running behind this. That's where most of the wickets have fallen today, came out of mind game. The batter was expecting something and the bowler outplayed them. Big shot, but doesn't get the distance that is like looking out for. That's why it said that it is excel. The boundary distance will be considerably larger comparing to the other ground that you could see behind. Another big shot. This seems to be better connection. Wherever it is, it will be a maximum. Got himself early into the position. That's a slot delivery from Sachin Riga. This is a pure gift for someone who's having that urge to go for big shots, stand and deliver. He knows it will be going for maximum. If you're aiming to bowl a fuller length or something closer to the pads of the batter, it's better to bowl a slower one, as the distance will be taking care of the rest. Good start to this over, as right from here the run rate will be keenly focused. 135 for 4 after 16, so 3 balls 8 runs in this over. Oh, that seems like it got the sound. Thickish outside edge gets up the breakthrough. Sachin Riga gets another one, as Vijay Raghavan came in, tried playing a couple of shots out there, but unfortunately couldn't make it into a big innings. Walking back to the pavilion for 19 runs. It's 141 for 5. 141 for 5. With Imran Khan, the new batter, comes in at number 7. Now we have lost 20 balls of the first innings. Seems to be better when kept in control. Second left-handed batter we are watching in this innings. As I could oddly remember, it's from the same end where Barakat lost his wicket. In fact, a similar kind of delivery, where that went on to be a clueless delivery. And though this had a sixer on the list, this also had a wicket. But at this point of time, a wicket doesn't get much impact than a sixer, as they're having much more batters waiting outside. It's high in the air, catch was the call, and nobody could have possibilities of taking that catch. A maximum from Raj again. He's feeling comfortable to bat against Sachin Riga. All you have to do is to open your left leg and swing the bat. Excellent stroke making. 148 for 5 after 7. Abraham back into the attack. In fact, continues out to bowl, as he was back into the attack in the previous over. Cheeky one, which lets him get back to the strike again. It is pretty much needed at this point of time. Good work done by Imran Khan out there. His job is pretty simple at this point of time. Rotate the strike and give it back to the man on set. Raj 20 of 11, scored a couple of maximums out there in the previous over against Sachin Riga. So now the alteration of lens will be expected to bowl. Much better one. This is where the difference happened from Sachin Riga to Abraham. Sachin tried to bowl much closer, which invited Raj to go for such maximums. But whereas Abraham was little bit in control. Cheeky one. Doesn't get the connection, but eventually gets the result that they're looking for. Good stop from the fielder anyway. Which brings 150 up for Unique Smashers with those 2 runs. This seems to be psychologically good total. It's already a decent total to watch out for. There is something to fight in the second innings. And we're also having 15 more balls to be bowled. Anything might happen. There is still a possibility of 180. Now it's up to the responsibilities of Imran Khan, as Abraham is bowling over the wicket to Imran Khan, with 5 fielders on the offside, 4 fielders on the onside. Pulls it away, catch was the call, and that is taken. Easily finds a fielder, no mistakes done by the fielder. A very short presence from Imran Khan, came in, rotated a couple of singles, and then eventually loses his wicket. But this is what all you could do at this phase of the game. He tried to go for the big one, didn't get the connection, walks back to the pavilion. Abraham gets his second one, that's 152 for 6. Seems out to be the right man in. A gigantic physique, deserves to play at the death overs. We'll surely be expecting a couple of maximum from this man. The walking style and body language says a different confidence altogether. And it's more of thinking about a bowler's mindset. If such gigantic figure comes in, Ajay Shiva, the new batter, he's tall and looks like he's having good power. And he's very good at wearing those pads and gloves. Seems like he's a suitable batter to play in this phase. Very good at going for six hitting. Single to end the over. That's 153 for 6. Catches the call. That is a leading edge. That leads up to a larger distance. Ajay Shiva came in with a lot of expectation. Would be disappointed to lose his wicket. But this man on screen, Thiago, was known for his slower deliveries. That's where these traps come in. Look at that. He was never expected that to be a slower one. And very good catch taken at the deep. Not an easy one to take on a hot midday. 153 for 7. As we could see, the new batter comes into the crease in at number 9. Raj is having a keen discussion with the new batter. There is still a possibilities of 180 on if they bring this partnership to the right zone. Most probably giving it back to Raj, who's in good sign, who knows where Thiago bowls, how Thiago bowls. Jiva, the new batter, comes in at 9. The profile doesn't say convincing numbers, but we cannot rely on numbers all the time. He might be pushing some boundaries. He might be trying to go for big numbers. That's why I mentioned there is no tail for unique smashes. Most of them are good quality batters, though they're coming later in the innings. Oh, that's clean ball, but this time Thiago had a different statement to say. As Jiva came in, doesn't expected that to be that low. He was expecting that to bounce well. And unfortunately losing his wicket. Back-to-back wickets here on a hat-trick, Thiago. This was the delivery. Look at that. Jiva was clearly expecting that to bounce. And it's also quicker onto the stumps. He was disappointed. But that's what it used to happen. 3 wickets for Thiago so far. He's on a hat-trick. That's most important. 153 for 8 it is. Hidayatullah, the new batter, no chance of that being a hat-trick, which also opens the account for Hidayatullah. Gets off the mark with that single, but that's a wonderful bowling from Thiago. Bowling his last over right from the beginning of his over. He dismisses most key batters of the side, broken some partnerships with the likes of Kefi losing his wicket to Thiago, and Ajay Shiva obviously, and Jiva now. Tremendous with the ball, Thiago. Swinging and couldn't get the connection that he is looking for. And this is 19th over. Just conceded 2 runs and picked up 2 wickets. This is surely a game-changing over. There was an expectation a 180. In fact, initially it was 200. From there, the expectation got reduced to 180. Now it's getting reduced a little more. Couldn't get the connection that he's looking for, which will eventually ending up to be a single, which leads up Raj not getting the strike for the first ball of last over. That's just 3 runs coming off that over. Thiago completes his spell with a 3 for 24, 156 for 8 unique smashes after 19 overs. Swing and a miss, couldn't get the connection that he's looking for. Prem Kumar to bowl the last over. The single of the last ball of previous over made Raj to stay in the non-strikers end now. But there'll be short expectation on Hidayatullah as well, as most of the players of unique smashes were good batters. That's what clearly evident here as Hidayatullah rotates the strike and gives it back to Raj. With 4 balls in hand, can Raj be able to pull it in favor of unique smashers? There is still a possibility of 180, but you have to go for 6 of every ball. Pulls it away in front as long on fielder comes forward and takes a wonderful catch out there. That's another wicket falls down as the last phase of the innings comes to be something that goes out of the control here. Unique smashers. As Raj the batter being dismissed. This is not the length he was expecting for, yet manages to play it at the long on region where Ruku was standing at deep. Good catch taken, 157 for 9 it is. Karthik, the new batter, comes in at number 11. The last batter will be getting the strike straight away. 157 for 9 it is. Last couple of overs doesn't get anything in control. Just 4 runs coming in last 9 balls. And 3 wickets being lost out of control. Catches the call again as it fell short of the fielder. Gets off the mark straight away with that single, Karthik, but couldn't get much results other than that. 158 it is. 5 runs of the last 2 overs. It must be around 25 to 30, but it's just 5 runs as of now. Swing and a miss, couldn't get the connection that he is looking for. Hidayatullah. These were huge swings. He's not completely watching the ball. In fact, a premeditated stroke making as well. Can he be able to pull something out in the last ball? Steps out and goes over the bowler's head as the long on and long off converges together. Chance of a second run. That ends up in fashion of the bowling unit, as that turns out to be a wonderful finish out there. Unique smashers are losing all their wickets in this game. That turns out to be 159 for 10 unique smashers, who won the toss, decided to bat first. Along with that, Mohammad Kaifi gave a bristling knock along with Atikur Rahman, but unfortunately they lost two key batters initially. And then the partnership between Mohammad Kafi and Satish set the platform. Vijay Raghavan Raj, but the middle order batters does well, but at the end the lower order couldn't carry on the same caliber they left on the crease. It was expected 200, but it ends up in a fashion of 159. With the ball, there have been a few bowlers needs to be appreciated. Starting with Thiago, picked up 3 wickets, especially the wicket of Mohammad Kafi. Abraham 2 wickets, Sachin Riga 2 wicket, and Prem Kumar 2 wicket. Delhi bowled an excellent economical spell out there. So all these bowlers puts up together, this turns out to be a wonderful bowling display. Now 160 is the target required for Blue Star Cricket friends to win this game. Second innings is here as the fielders walking in. Should have been 10-15 runs short or even 30-40 runs short with the way how they started in the power play, but they have to forget all of these and enter into the ground freshly. 160 is the target. Unique Smashers having that bowling, well, surely expecting to push that away in control. Whereas on the other hand, a huge opportunity for Blue Star cricket friends. Have been a finalist few times in white jerseys tournaments but couldn't lift up the trophy. That trophy drought might come to an end and will be lifting up the trophy if they win this game and win the final as well. But as of now, this is going to be most crucial battle for them. So far in the first half, I'll say this was a very good cricket from Blue Star cricket friends, but they have to continue with the same with the bat as well, so that they could eventually win the game and make themselves move forward to the final. Vallarisa will be expected to take care of that responsibility. He's the third leading run scorer, 223 runs so far. Most boundaries by him, strike rate of 200 with an average 37.17. Have been a pick of a batter so far in this tournament. Not just in this tournament, I've been kept on hearing this name. I've been kept on watching this name topping the list in many tournaments of white jersey, as Vallarisa is one among the tremendous batters out there, as we could see him perform in many tournaments. But today it's most expected day for their side, for Vallarisa to perform well. And with the ball, obviously Imran Khan as the leading wicket taker, 16 wickets with an economy of 5.95. The biggest thing is that I've been speaking about a lot of numbers, as some of them were topping the list, some of them were the top run getters, wicket takers. That's because of the kind of expectations we're going to build on that particular player, as this is a big game. No matter what, whatever you did in the tournament, that's going to help you out to win this game. But this is the kind of image that a cricketer gets in. All of them were coming up with a good quality. The current form will be understood by these numbers. As Vallarisa scored 223 in 6 innings, why can't he do something today? That's the same with the bowling department as well. Why can't Imran Khan could deliver a wonderful bowling spell and make it work for Unique Smashers? That is still a possibility. There have been plenty of low target defense, a decent target defense, 160s, 150s have defended in big stages like semi-finals and finals. But there have been a few experiences where the targets were chased easily. But let's wait and watch what's going to happen. Vallarisa, the key batter, comes in. He's standing at the non-strikers end, and Mukundan opens the innings along with Vallarisa. Karthikeyu gets the ball. Just before the battle begins, everything sets in control. Mukundan have also performed pretty decently. 109 runs in 6 innings, but most of the runs have been kept in control by Vallarisa. That itself a big drawback for any side out there. If one batter takes up the entire responsibility, what's the role of other batters? How could they perform all of a sudden in a big stage? Cuts it away. Wonderful shot down there to get off the mark with that. Mukundan, a stylish cut shot, remembers me of those 80s players. A raw pace from Karthik anyway. We're watching first fast bowler right from today. And this is a wonderful cut shot. Let the ball come in and places it at the right region into the back foot. Gets off the mark with that boundary and opens the account for Blue Star cricket friends. Mukundan. There have been many players out there in the 80s used to play such cut shots, though there will be a couple of slip fielders. But this bowling style is impressive. There aren't so much of fast bowlers from any Blue Star cricket friends, but Unique Smashers were having. Oh, lucky one that is. Should have hit the stumps anyway, but fortunately helps Mukundan to get another boundary, back-to-back boundaries to begin things off. That's pretty unfortunate for Karthik. Look at that, almost missing down the off stump. But this gets 1 for 1, as this have also happened for Unique Smashers as well when Delhi was bowling. In fact, that was even much closer. So let's say this is 1 for 1. There have been a few luck factors, did well for the batters today. That carries on in the second innings as well. In terms of field positioning, there is a deep point in place and deep mid wicket in place, which shows that the bowler might be bowling back of line delivery in different lines, so that if batter pulls it in front of square, there is a fielder in position and there is a fielder to protect the cut shots going for boundary. Oh, much better line, much better line. This is front or back confusion to Mukundan. This is how we use it to set for the new bowlers. Sometimes for the new bowlers, they might fail early in the innings. The first couple of deliveries won't come under their control. But once they find the rhythm, they'll start bowling one after the other the same ball. This was a wonderful left-hander's delight. But anytime he could invade the stumps as well. This is what I've been speaking about. Invaded the stumps, but the results doesn't favored him. New ball, power play, mid-off and mid-on inside the circle. Enjoy the batting display. Mukundan gets boundary number 3 in first over. But this time it's a wonderful stroke. I'll still appreciate Karthik for this ball. It's a very good delivery, but this man had good control, and that's straight away pitching on the wicket. If it pitches on the wicket, the reaction will be doubled. That's why it's going that quick. You could see many straight drives of Sachin Tendulkar, many good players like Babar Azam. That straight drives will directly pitch on the wicket. If it directly pitches on the wicket, the reactions will be more quicker. The ball will travel with double pace. Little bit of pressure on the bowler now, Karthik. I'll still say most of these deliveries were good one from Karthik. Unfortunately, he didn't got the result he was looking for. Except the first one went for boundary. That was an invitation to play the cut shot. Even with that, I'll say Mukundan had used the pace really well. Couldn't get the control. Gets things in control. Both the dot balls went on with a similar kind of deliveries. That doesn't let the batter to cut it away, play straight, come forward, or to go behind. It locks him well. Over the fourth stump or fifth stump is working well against Mukundan. Oh, another inside edge, another lucky one. As it goes past the boundary ropes, fourth boundary of the over. It's 16 runs coming off the first over, Blue Star Cricket friends, and an unlucky over for Karthik as well. This time it seems it was going on top of the wicket. That is unfortunate. That is unfortunate. On the other day, any of these would have been ended up as a wicket. 16 for no loss. Straight away bringing out a spinner into the game. One over with a fast bowler, one over with a spinner. This is not going to be easy deal for the batters, but Vallarse is facing his first ball. Could feel comfortable, but bringing on Satish would be a tactical decision from Unique Smashers, as the wicketkeeper straight away came forward to the stumps. On strike, Vallarse, long off in position, deep mid wicket in position. Much better one, much better one. You can't go behind or come forward. Good start from Satish over there, and Vallarse gets off the mark with that single. flat and quicker one. The loading seems to be having some resemblance with Yuzi Chahal, but the run-up is entirely different. Releasing is entirely different, but with the way how he loads his right arm with ball in control, that exactly makes me to remember Yuzi Chahal. The moment where he is holding up his ball at his right shoulders, that's where when he tries to load, it's exactly what Yuzi Chahal did. But excellent delivery these two were, as Mukundan faces that struggle, facing off a left arm seamer, and straight away facing off a leggy is a different deal altogether in a new ball. But one poor delivery might change the context. Flat ball invitation, and that's taken for granted from Mukundan. Goes for boundary. This is very poor delivery. After bowling couple of flight balls, eventually the bowler gets a fear what if batter steps out, and that ends up to be a very poor delivery. Even the mindset the batter has to defend the ball, it might push them to score that boundary. Good that he's gaining some confidence against such bowlers. Another flat and quicker one from Satish. That didn't have much reaction time for the wicketkeeper to keep that in control. I don't see this working well here, as Satish is bowling a lot of short balls which holds on a bit and invites the batter to pull it away. And there are two fielders standing at the deep anyway, waiting for that pull shot to be taken. But this still turns out to be a little bit of risky one. Goes straight as mid-off inside the circle, as it eventually turns out to be a boundary as well. Good try from the long on fielder, but anyway, it's a positive result for Blue Star Cricket Friends, 26 for no loss. This was that shot. I'll appreciate with the way how Mukundan played it, as the previous balls were short balls and eventually this turned out to be a flighted one. Many of the batters would have prepared themselves for the pull shot. It's 2 overs 26 for no loss. The same situation Unique Smashes were also when they were batting first, and then the batting had started getting collapsed. There have been a few good partnerships until the power play got over. The wicket of Mohammad Kefi changed the context of the game completely. So Blue Star Cricket Friends must be very careful. The game might change right from here, and anything might happen at any point of time. All you need is a good partnership and a set batter at any point of time. If one gets down, the other should take up the responsibility. 134 of 108 required to win the game. And it's not Karthik to continue. They're giving some break to Karthik, but I'll say that was a wonderful over from Karthik. Despite of it getting a couple of boundaries, that's not in his control, except the first ball went for cut shot. 2 inside outs, and the one had been a decent control shot. The leading wicket taker and the key bowler straight away comes into the attack. Imran Khan seems like left arm diagonal round the wicket, and slips in position as well. Got that he's having some turn against Vallarasa. Could clearly see the ball is turning well for the finger spinners. That's what I mentioned early in the first innings. As we've seen, Blue Star Cricket Friends didn't have much of left arm spinners coming in control, whereas Unique Smashes were having. Sweeps it away, that finds the aerial route. Not a better connection, but this is power play. Nobody standing at deep except 2 fielders, but this position kept empty. Goes for boundary. Though it's a poor stroke making, I'll say it's a smart decision to play in that region, as the fielder was standing inside the circle. Look at that, he's the only fielder chasing down, and nobody in the picture. First boundary for Vallarasa. Swing and a miss, couldn't get the control. A little bit of restlessness from Vallarasu. And here also you could see couldn't come convincingly in front foot and back foot as well. Much better one from Imran Khan. This is a very good battle. The leading run scorer of Blue Star against the leading wicket taker of the entire tournament. In fact, unique smashes. But also kept on trying to keep up the momentum. Swings and misses out. These lengths were not appropriate. This is impressive bowling from Imran Khan. That is the reason why he is leading wicket taker, picking up those 19 wickets in the tournament. This is a proper line and length where the batters couldn't get any clarity on where they have to score boundary. Easy pickings over there, catches the call, and that is taken. First breakthrough is here. Imran Khan came in and brings up the breakthrough that they're looking for. And here's the man to depart is Mukundan, who got a couple of boundaries early in this innings, but unfortunately couldn't carry over with the same momentum he had. Look at that. You can never connect that well, as it's not the length that invites you for the boundary. 3 gets completed, 31 for 1. Bharakat, the new bowler, into the attack. As Sachin Riga, the new batter, comes in at number 3. They need to bring some good partnership. This seems to be an gettable target, but without partnership this couldn't be possible. Through the covers, much better connection, and that seems to be a maximum to get things in control. Vallarasu starts exploding, but must be very careful with these spinners. That is the reason why unique smashers were moving the innings with spinners, much better spinners in fact. And also appreciate the shot selection of Vallarasu. He didn't try to go over the mid-wicket fielder, which was the mistake Mukundan did in the previous over. Against a left-arm spinner, you didn't play it against with the turn, you had played against the turn. That itself doesn't give you the right momentum you're looking for. And sometimes it would have gone for sixer anyway, but it was well executed over from Imran Khan. Slowness in the air, little bit of turn, but Vallarasu chose the right direction. Strong shouts missing down the leg, says the on-field umpire. But extra flight to delivery. You could see that experience coming on to play. Bharakat is an experienced cricketer, and after conceding a boundary, he straight away bowled much slower one through the air. There comes the confidence. There comes a reason why you have to be tactically approaching the game rather than just relying on the pace. The variation of pace matters a lot for a cricketer. Pulls it away. A grounded shot as the fielder is covering the ground. A wonderful covering together. And a backup as well. Will be just a single, and Sachin Riga straight away gets off the mark. Doesn't seem he's facing the first ball. There have been many batters today while facing the first ball straight away went for boundary. This is getting much easier for them to reach the target now. Another one through the covers. This is power play. Nobody could be standing at the deep. As this time it goes for one bounce boundary. Vallarasi is in commandable position. And he's sensible with his placements. When the entire offside is inside the circle, just place it there. As simple as it could get. .44 for 1 as of now, Blue Star cricket friends. Will he flag the ball again, Barkat? Yes, he is. In fact, Vallarasi is playing even much sensible knock. He's respecting those extra flighted slow delivery through the air. And especially not getting carried away with the boundary he scored previous ball. I think these were the areas that proves the quality of a batter. Why they were one of the tremendous batters out there. This seems to be much better in control. As it's already turning out to be an expensive one with 13 runs with one more to go. Sachin Riga on strike. Slips in position and there is no signs of shot third man over there. Still, if the intention is to go for boundary, square leg is kept empty. An entire offside is not having a deep fielder. Oh, this is a lucky one for Barkat. Should have been gone for the boundary. But anyway, somehow kept in good control. Sachin Riga will be expecting that to be bowled again. It's advisable to focus on the offside where the possibilities of scoring boundary seems to be way high. That's what he's trying to do. Good stop from the fielder. Anyway, just single to end the over. 47 for 1. That's high in the air. Much better stroke making. Straight down the ground. And with the scale, if you put a straight line, this shot will look like the same. I think Imran Khan bowled it a little closer to the batter, which made Sachin Riga to place it in this region. Look at that straight line. Travelling as aligned as it could get. Come back from Imran Khan. This is the delivery. He's expecting the batters to play the slog sweep. 50 up here anyway without boundary. Been a very good power play batting from Blue Star cricket friends so far. They've been using the power play really well. But this is turning out to be a real trap from Imran Khan. Not letting them to play on the offside. Look at that. Inviting them to play on the onside. As he's having both of his deep fielders. That's how the bowler should understand the field set. Though you're having a slips in position, you're having two deep fielders on the onside, then let the batters choose to play on that particular region where we'll be having more space to pick wickets. These are the little nuances must be kept in control. If you little bowl outside the off stump, then the intent would surely be to play the inside out. Oh, much better stroke making. Only batters like Vallarsu could do that. It didn't have the right length to pull it away, but somehow he managed to extract the bounce out of it and pulls it away at the deep square region. At the offside, catch was the call, but nobody's there to grab that. Smashes it through the covers for boundary. This was one. A little bit of extra short length. With the kind of pace Imran Khan bowls, this is easy one. Cherry on the cape in fact. He's the most boundary scored batter Vallarse in this tournament. With just 100 runs requires, in fact 1 or 2 requires of just 91 balls. High in the air, but doesn't got the distance. Mid off trying to cover that, and that is a wonderful catch taken out there from Satish. That is a great catch, and in fact a turning point, possibly, as they've took the most dangerous batter out there. Imran Khan is saying a statement here. Look at that catch. Look at that catch. 100 marks for that catch from Satish. Good ground coverage. Good way how he travelled over there. That's 58 for 2. Both the openers gone. Koti, the new batter, comes in at number 4. As now the fielders are being spread on deep. Change in end as well. 2 fielders will be spread out outside the off stump, as this turns out to be the last over of power play. Squeezes through the point direction, but this seems to be unstoppable, as Sachin Riga is now taking up the responsibility of improving the run rate. They lost the key batter last over, so all the expected players couldn't perform well in the semi-finals. That have been a regular fate in India. This includes in Virat Kohli, Rohit Sharma have been having the trouble ever since the 2019 World Cup, but the last couple of ICC trophies have been really well with India. They have started adapting to these conditions, especially with the way how Rohit took a step in front and started taking the responsibility early in the innings without making the scorecard looks like a football scorecard. And that's why it changes the value of a set batter, the value of the key batter taking up the responsibility. But anyway, now it's up to the head of Sachin Riga. He did it really well with the ball. Now we have to continue out with the same momentum with the bat as well. Still no signs of sweeper cover in position. Long on and deep, mid wicket and deep. With just two bowlers, they've been completing the entire power play. Got the things for captain control, as that adds one more single out there with 2 to end this over. Cuts it away. No chance for that to go for the boundary. Good fielding standards today from unique smashers. With the kind of catch taken by Satish to the kind of fielding that saves a couple of boundaries. In fact, in this over we've seen 2 boundaries being saved. In fact, 3 boundaries being saved and only 1 run given. That saves 11 runs for them. Flighted ball that's taken in control in the air. Long on comes forward and a dropped opportunity. Just before we've been speaking about the fielding standard that turns out to be commentator's curse, as this seems to be easy sitter put down by the long on fielder. He ran really well. He had enough time to watch the ball, but unfortunately that's been put down. Look at that. He was almost relaxed while grabbing the catch, yet it went out of his control. That's end of power play. 64 for 2. Win-win situation for both the sides. இப்போ யார் ப்ரோ வந்தது? இப்போ யார் வந்தது? ஸ்டாஃப் பிரவீன். ஓகே. இல்லை யாரும் வந்தாங்க, எனக்கு சரியா பார்க்க முடியல. லஞ்ச் கொடுத்துருப்பாங்க. ஓகே. Change of bowler. Jiva, the new bowler, comes into the attack. Seems like another leggy. Only 1 over we've seen fast bowler Karthik have started, and then it's all about the spinners taking the control. Now with this bowler number 4 and spinner number 3, a leggy into the attack. Doesn't get the control right there. Sometimes it happens when you bowl your first ball, and once you start bowling at the right regions, you'll continue up to control the game. Now fielder spreaded long on deep mid wicket and deep square leg. Long off and sweeper cover at the deep. A typical post power play field positioning with short third man, backward point and extra covers inside the circle. Finally kept empty. And as a leggy, especially if he is bowling outside the off stump, this seems to be a perfect field positioning. The only loophole will be the extra covers inside the circle. If it seems out to be inside out, we'll have good control against the bowler. Cuts it away in the air. Catch was taken. This time no mistakes done by the fielder. The intent was to go over the point fielder, but you're not facing off a medium pacer against a spinner. This is a real challenge. Koti, the weak batter, being dismissed. This was the delivery right from the beginning. He was trying to bowl way outside the off stump, inviting the batter to cut it away, but nobody thought he would cut it in the air, and that eventually ending up his wicket. 66 for 3. 66 for 3. With Abraham, the new batter, comes in at number 5. Catch was the call. Because that seems to be pretty much better to get off the mark with that single. Abraham. In fact, Sachin Riga is looking out to be in good touch. If rest of the batters supports him, they could eventually reach out the winning total. 93 of 81. It's almost baller run. And a few twos and singles. A couple of extras which will eventually gets you into the winning margin. As this is turning out to be a wonderful over from Jiva. Though he started off with a couple of wide balls. Look at the way how he's coming back. Not even a one delivery, inviting the batter to find the aerial route. You have to cut it away. It seems like it's an exact resemblance of the first innings. This is how Unique Smashers have also batted. They batted really well in the power play, posted a wonderful total. But once the post power play started, spinners started taking the wicket. And that's exactly happening here. Post power play, the batters struggling to score runs on the board and losing the momentum that they gained so far. As the fingers going up, turns out to be another one. With a one stump view, the covers fielder throws it. It seems the captain himself. That was a great job from Mohammad Kafi. Look at that intent. 2 overs before, it was a sure shot Blue Stars game. Oh, that was a tremendous effort with one stump view from Mohammad Kafi. And now it's looking like a game of Unique Smashes. 68 for 4 it is. Prem Kumar, the new batter, comes in at number 6. Would have never expected that this would happen this early. But it anyway happened. But the batters have to maintain the capability to perform well in the standards. This is also an opportunity for them to use well as well. Satish continues out to bowl. Have been a wonderful spell from Satish so far. Though there wasn't much big numbers with the wicket column, he maintained it with economy. And there is a possibility put down by the fielder. It's the same fielder who threw the ball with one stump view, drops it away. So many dramas happen. 2 drop catches already. Since the scorecard is 69 for 4. I think tremendous work. Spinners doing the job here for Unique Smashers. That's why White Jersey have always been a unique venue out there to play. You have to play for your strength in this venue. It's not about a fast bowler's condition. It's not about the spinner's condition. The team with good batters could eventually score well. The team with good spinners could eventually perform well. Now Unique Smashers are showing their spinners and their talent. And this venue, this wicket precisely helps you out to extract the spin you're looking for. Short ball gets the punishment but doesn't get the result that the batter was looking for while he was attacking that shot. turning out to be one more decent over. Will that be another opportunity? That happened when he flighted the ball extra, which eventually went on to be a leading edge that had a catch opportunity too. Now what needs to be done right from here? Sachin Riga. Any one of these batters have to take up the responsibility of scoring high, and the other batter should make sure that he'll stay till the 20th over. This is a strong mindset that a batter should have. Any of these batters should have this mindset of staying till the 20th over. They could eventually win the game. Turns out to be just a single. 72 for 4. There comes a spectacular view of this white jersey ground as Jiva continues up to board. Another one went through the covers. The ball is finding the hands of Mohammad Kefi today. Busy man on the field at the extra covers, and a wonderful captain out there trusting on his spinners. Oh, that's almost missing down. I've seen a lot about him, Mohammad Kefi. I've seen him in a lot of tournaments. He's a very positive intent cricketer. The entire unit, along with Barakat, Hridayatullah, many of them combining together, this side has its own style and swag to perform out there. Energetic cricketers. Catches the call. Fielder running forward, and that is taken. This time no mistakes done as Jiva gets another one, and this time the batter being dismissed is Sachin Riga. I don't know the reason behind the intention of this stroke. This was not the situation where you have to find the aerial route for a big shot, but unfortunately this man chose that route to attack the bowler. But it was not the appropriate line, appropriate length, and Barakat took a wonderful catch at long off. 72 for 5. Flights it, couldn't get the connection that he is looking for, and eventually gets a couple of runs. Anuraj, the new batter, comes in at number 7 as it eventually goes for boundary as well. This is that. He's bowling a lot of Yorkers even by flighting the ball, Jiva. But that outfield is a very good outfield for the batters to score runs on the board. Just time the ball, the rest will be taken care by the outfield. But this is a complete middle over collapse. The overs among 7 to 15 are the middle overs where the batters must be very careful. That's the phase where you have to build the innings and that's the phase where there is more possibility of the innings getting collapsed. The bowling unit will be keen on looking to get wickets. There is still slips in position for Jiva. Oh my god, that's getting leading edge. This is turning out to be dramatical out there. One after the other, there is a possibilities of a wicket. Especially when spinners doing it, it's more impressive to watch out for. Single to end the over, that's 78 for 5. That's the batting card you could see over there. Only the top 3 batters did well. But once they started losing their wickets kept on falling in a regular interval of time as the middle order collapse pushed them under pressure now. Almost halfway through the second innings, 78 for 5. Another 82 runs required with 5 wickets in hands and 11 overs to be bowled. Seems like there is time for some discussion out there in the middle on shuffling of the bowlers. As we could clearly see Barakat coming on there. Mohammad Kafi is having a discussion on whom they could continue with the ball. One more over to be completed for Satish. Seems like Satish is having the ball. He'll be finishing off his spell with this over if this is his over. As he's having the ball, Satish bowled 3 overs, 20 runs conceded. No wicket so far, but there is still a possibility. Numbers were looking impressive. Best bowling 5 for 6. Picked up 5 wickets 5 times. That shows the kind of quality he's having, and especially in Chennai, spinners love to bowl those extra spells to pick some wickets. Seems like Prem Kumar understands the situation, that he is playing calm and composed batting, taking the game deep. Let the pressure decides who's win the game. Let the last over decides who'll win the game. This is not the phase where you have to hurry-burry things. This is the phase where you have to try pushing singles and twos. Try taking the game deep. That's what he's also trying to do, Anuraj. No slips for Satish anyway. It's the same field set what they had right from the 7th over. Flicks it away. Nobody standing at the deep. Chance for second run. As Anuraj is trying to come for the second run. Wonderful running between the wickets. These were little bit of nuances must be kept in control. As Satish seems to be desperate in picking that wicket. That must not be there. The more you're cool and composed, the more possibilities you could pick some wickets. That's how it all happened. That's how it went as a catch opportunity to Kefi. That's how Kefi picked up that run out. That's how there have been a wicket fallen at the long off. Now there is a short mid-wicket fielder to stop the batters from rotating the strike, as they want to make the new batter face more balls, but both of them were new batters already. A smart one from Anuraj. That's why the fielder came to the mid-wicket. If you move here, I'll go there. This is where the mind games coming on to play. But that turns out to be wonderful numbers. 0 for 24. No wickets so far. 2 more balls to be completed. Can he be ending up a spell with a wicket or 2 wickets? That seems like it has no chance. Good stop from the fielder. Anyway, will be just a single with 1 more to go. It's still been kept in good control over there. Oh my god. He's taking up a lot of risk over there, Satish. Inviting mid-off inside the circle, inviting mid-on inside the circle, and mid-wicket as well inside the circle. Now we could see only 2 fielders outside the 30-yard circle. Slips in position, sweeper covers at the deep, and deep square leg in position. Rest of the fielders inside the circle. Attacking intent. And attacking intent as well from Anuraj. Excellent stroke making, playing psychological cricket with the bowler. That's 87 for 5 after 10. This was the shot. The moment immediately the mid-on kept inside the circle. That's more than enough. This wouldn't be advisable, but this is entertaining to watch out for. 87 for 5 after 10. Now next 10 overs and control, 73 runs required to win the game. Continues out to bowl Jiva. Change of end here. The other end was very helpful for unique smashes. How about this one? Let's wait and watch. Oh, that's clean ball. It's helpful too, as Jiva gets another one. This time the Prem Kumar, the batter, being dismissed. He seems to be thoughtful batter. He was also guiding this partnership. Now it's a tough situation for Blue Star cricket friends. It's not the first time Jiva was bowling such Yorkers. Look at that. It's flighting, yet it's in Yorker. Exceptional bowling. Started his spell with wides. Couple of wides, in fact. Look at the comeback. 87 for 6 it is. Well, that's disappointed. Prem Kumar walking out his way. Was expected to perform second highest run getter for the side. But not today, as he failed to perform well. Not just him, including Vallarus, the rest of the batters have also failed to perform well today. So it's up to the entire batting unit, though they got a good total to chase on. In fact, an easy one. The spinners does the job. Jiva came out of syllabus, in fact. It was Imran Khan who started everything in the power play. Excellent teamwork. Unique smashes were wonderful with their approach. I could see almost 11 captains out there on the field. Though Kefi is the captain, Kefi is taking up the decisions. He's very good at doing these things. He's also letting others to do the captainship. I could see all the players taking up some ownership. Barakat having a discussion with Jiva. The other fielders encouraging the bowler, giving some ideas. Ruku, the new batter, comes in at 8. I think this is a very good sign of a good cricketing team. Imagine if you're having such a well-built cricket team, winning tournaments, winning matches, having all cricketers with good talent, good mindset and a teamwork. Oh, that's unfortunate. Unwanted misfield too. Good save from the fielder at the deep anyway. Good one from Raj at the deep. And gets at the mark with it. Ruku. Speaking about the teamwork of unique smashers, it's more like finishing off a project. As a team, everyone has a role to do. Everyone has a potential. And a thoughtful cricketers. There have been different ideas coming all over the ground. And one best idea was taken. This relieves the pressure from the captain, yet he leads the side really well. He's bringing out that energy. The entire team is carrying forward that energy. Must be appreciated. That's why they are one among the top sides in Chennai's gully cricketing fraternity. They won many tournaments out here. Swings and gets the connection, it seems, and that got its distance as well. Seems like a tremendous middle order batter with bottom hand in control, hammered it for a sixer. And sometimes this is how you have to unsettle a good bowler. It's not a six-hitting delivery, but Ruku made it possible with his power and energy. But if this is going to be the approach, there is still a possibility of Jiva getting wicket. Bowl it much slower through the air. If he finds the aerial route, there will be a possibility of a catch. That's what he's doing. This time through the covers. Much better stroke making from Ruku to find the boundary ropes as well. 10 runs in 2 balls. That 11 gets completed. 100 up here for Blue Star Cricket friends. It's much better stroke making than the sixer he hit. The moment he hit the ball, everyone knows it's going to go for the boundary. Ajay Shiva, the new bowler, finally a time for medium pacer. Not sure whether it's going to be a smart decision, but as of now, whatever did by Mohammad Kafi worked well for them. The way how they shuffled up with the spinners have did really well, but I'm not sure about the reason behind this being done here. There is still overs left for Imran Khan. Punches it. Couldn't get the connection. Mix up over there. And that miscommunication turns out to be a couple of runs on the board. I think this is where they have to keep the game in control. Unique smashers losing their way in the middle. Just a sixer and a 4. Things were going out of the control. Trying to keep up things under control. Ruku is very good at playing those cover drives and off drives as well, and good running between the wickets too. I think this is the time this partnership is thriving well, right from the crisis straight away. It's still surprising to see them bringing up a medium pacer out there in the middle. As you've seen, a couple of bowlers will still having overs left. Imran Khan having 2 overs to be bowled. Barakat, though he conceded 16, is a very good bowler, has more opportunities to keep things under control. And there is Karthik, obviously. But maybe there will be some reason behind this being done now. Mohammad Kafi was very precise and good understanding about his team. So bringing out such bowlers at the 12th over might be a futuristic approach to bowl a couple of overs in the death overs as well. But this is turning out to be sensible batting, as both Anuraj and Ruku were playing a smart cricket psychological approach against the bowlers. And every time this turns out to be a mind game, Anuraj did really well. When they kept on mid-on inside the circle, he went over the mid-on fielder and opened the pace and closes the pace to rotate the strike as well. Catch was the call as it fell short of the fielder. Almost done, as the placements looks out to be perfect. This is a good over, as that's 1 out 1 9 for 6. There you could see the bowling card. 6 bowlers were being used, including Ajay Shiva. 3 more left for Barker, 3 more left for Ajay Shiva, and 2 more left for Imran Khan as well. One at 9 for 6. As this is turning out to be crucial. Last 8 overs with 51 requires. Brought in their key bowler Imran Khan into the attack. Picked up 2 crucial wickets in the power play, specifically with the wicket of Vallarse. He brought the game in the power play. Now he is there to break this partnership as well. Oh, that seems to be a dropped opportunity. Imran Khan came in and straight away chance of a wicket. In fact, this is a very crucial partnership that needs to be broken. Look at that. The wicketkeeper was very good behind the stumps. This is an unfortunate one anyway. There have been a few dropped catches as well. We've seen one dropped by Mohammad Kafi, the other dropped at the long on. There have been a few done over there. Now by the wicketkeeper too. Yet this is turning out to be a wonderful stuff. Imran Khan. And that's why there is a reason behind why he is the leading wicket taker of the tournament. We've seen that clearly in the power play as well. A slower one through the air shows the confidence as a spinner. Never has the fear against the batter. And chance of a wicket too. Oh, that turns out to be a lucky one. Ruku falls in between the extra covers and long off fielder. Yet there is a possibility Imran Khan is testing the patience of both the batters. But I'll say Anuraj is more sensible in terms of picking up the gaps and playing psychological cricket. Oh, that's unfortunate as it hits the wicketkeeper. Hope he'll be alright. It hits the gloves of the wicketkeeper, it seems. These were unwanted, unfortunate impacts in fact. But under the context of the game, sometimes with game awareness people usually do that. That's why I said he's an animated captain. He's more energetic. And these were the results and outcomes of this. A cheeky one. And got the result as well. That's why I said Anuraj is more sensible than Ruku in terms of picking up the gaps. Against a set bowler, against one of the greatest bowler of the tournament, you're playing a reverse sweep. This was the shot we've been speaking about. He was expecting that to be on that line. And going over the point fielder puts him under pressure. The partnership must be broken, especially with the wicket of Anuraj. They could come back stronger in the game. Oh my god. tremendous delivery out there, Imran Khan. Many of them turns out to be unplayable, but couldn't fetch the wicket that he is looking for. 114 for 6 after 13 overs. Continues to bowl Ajay Shiva. Could also try something new with keeping up the mid-off inside the circle. Every time that sort of field positioning is being done, Anuraj is trying something animated. He's reacting to the field position. That itself is a success to the bowling captain. That hits the stumps. Ajay Shiva somehow brought in the breakthrough, and this is a much needed breakthrough at this point of time for Unique Smashers, as the scoreboard turns out to be 114 for 7 now. I've also seen the ball skidding onto the stumps. It's not bouncing, it's not holding. And some areas were reacting like that. Look at that. It's straight away skidding onto the leg stump. But anyway, that's the wicket. Falling down 114 for 7. Good one from Ruku, but couldn't carry over the momentum till the end. And smiling faces from Unique Smashers as well. Thiago, the new batter, comes in at number 9. Sometimes when you do with the ball, or sometimes when you do on the field well, it impacts in your batting as well. I think Thiago can have that advantage today. He was very good with the ball, handy with the ball in fact. Picked up more crucial wickets, including the wicket of the skipper Mohammad Kefi. Now with the same confidence, Thiago is there to drive his team away to the semi-finals. In fact, to the finals. All you need is 46 runs in 41 balls. It's gettable if two batters stood up together. Anuraj is still in good form. Is already a set batter. And Thiago can take his own time to finish things off. Can he be able to pull things off in favour of Blue Star Cricket friends? A most crucial phase where Ajay Shiva, with the confidence of picking up that wicket, cuts it away. Good save from the fielder. The field positioning seems to be good. And that's why I said all of them were champion cricketers. There were times when Mumbai Indians was doing really well in IPL. During the times of 2019 and 2020, there were the times when they had players like Kieran Pollard, Krunal Pandya, Hardik Pandya, Rahul Chahar onto the pads and to the gloves as well. This is smart and sensible decision from the on-field umpire. As this turns out to be two-way appeal, either it should be catch or it should be LBW, but the real fact is it's missing down the leg. But we can have that precise decision. We had time to deliver that. But for an on-field umpire, everyone's eyes on you. You have to give up the right decision. This is very tough job. They've been doing that right from the morning. Well, speaking about Mumbai Indians of 2019-20, they had these young champions, Ishan Kishan, Rahul Chahar, Hardik Pandya, Krunal Pandya. There have been tremendous players. What happens is, though there have been senior players like Kieran Pollard, Lasith Malinga in 2019, Rohit Sharma obviously, players like Rahul Chahar, Ishan Kishan and Hardik Pandya have started owning the team. They felt themselves as the captain of the team. That's the kind of freedom they got. And that's when this champion attitude came into play. They played like a champion. They played like a owner of the team. That ownership was given to young cricketers. When you look at the way how Unique Smashers are playing, I'm not comparing them with Mumbai Indians, but this freedom to other cricketers to express themselves, to take the ownership of the side, makes them look like a champion side. Good stop from the fielder. These were the areas I mentioned. done well with this over. Just 3 runs and a wicket as well. 1 on 7 for 7 after 14. Imran Khan. Well comes with a pull shot. That's a huge shot. Goes way longer from the boundary ropes. Not giving any respect to the said bowler. Thiago, we've been speaking about his bowling stance now with the bat. That's why I mentioned sometimes a good performance will carry on in the second innings as well. That's what's happening out here for Thiago. But this is not more than enough. If you are having that intent, Imran Khan is a wonderful bowler. He's already with 2 wickets in the power play. He might be coming back stronger. Still slips in position. This is what we mentioned. That's a strong shout. Not sure whether the bat first or the pad first. But he is pushing the batters to go behind. One mistake, Imran Khan will fetch that wicket. That's where it's gonna be a huge over to look out for. Thiago's attacking intent, Imran Khan's patience coming into play. Oh, another one. Fronter gap confusion. I've never seen Imran Khan bowling an arm ball or a quicker one. One after the other, slow one through the air, making the batters to confuse whether to come forward or to go behind. Such a wonderful bowler to watch out for. Will he step out? This may sometimes push the batters to step out. But he's trying to stand and deliver. That's high in the air and lands in a no man's area. Pretty unlucky Imran Khan here. These for keeping themselves under pressure. That seems like Barakat is pushing a fielder inside the circle. That's why the catch was dropped. In fact, not dropped. That landed in a no man's area. Now Imran Khan to bowl 2 more balls to complete his spell today. Can he be able to break this partnership, which will be a game-changing wicket as well? Thiago is trying to go for big shots. It's already setting tone for a big T20 context to watch out for. This is again turning out to be a front or back confusion. One more to complete the spell from Imran Khan. The leading wicket taker led the team in front with the ball in the power play. Can he complete this with a 3rd wicket? Strong shouts again. No chance of that being a wicket given out there. 125 for 7. 15 gets completed. There you could see the batting card. Except the top 3 batters, all the other have failed to contribute, which leads up Anuraj to take control. And Ruku have also batted pretty decently. Though the required run rate seems to be simple, 35 of 30, but this doesn't seems to be gettable that easily, as both the sides were fighting off each other. Change of end here as well. Jiva with the ball so far, 3 wickets, 24 runs to bowl his last over. The batters must be careful. He'll be bowling a Yorker by even flighting the ball. Swing and a miss, couldn't get much control over there. The biggest threat would be Anuraj, as Anuraj was doing well right from the beginning of his innings. Oh, that seems out to be pretty closer. Not sure whether it's a chance of a wicket, but there have been a lot being put on behind the stumps. Extra flighted delivery from Jiva tempts the batters to go for the big shot, including Anuraj. That's surprising to watch out for. Quicker one. Ball after ball, there have been an expectation building on, but they must be pretty careful with Thiago. He's having that ability to pull off a big shot that we've seen in the previous over as well. With that ability to pull things off, if Thiago goes for a maximum, they could eventually get closer to the target rather than waiting for the right ball to be punished. The more you play, the more the opportunity for unique smashes to come into play. It's better to finish things off before the 18th over gets completed. Strong shouts. That's what he's trying to do. An appeal that put down by the on-field umpire. That is turning out to be a wonderful spell. I still could remember Jiva started off with wide and a wide. He was a little bit nervous with his first over. Now look at the way how he came back. Oh, these were animated approach from Mohammad Kefi. That leads up them losing another single over there. Still no signs of which team is going to pull it away. All they need is just 3 good balls from unique smashers. They could eventually pick all the wickets. A wicketless over from Jiva, but yet that was a very good spell from him. 3 for 27 in his 4 overs. Overall 16 overs getting completed, 129 for 7. Nobody had scored even 30 runs from Blue Star Cricket friends, but have been a lot of 20s out there. But anyway, last 4 overs in action, 31 runs needed. Back into the attack. That's high in the air, catches the call, and fielder under the ball as well. That is taken. A huge wicket is gone. A good thinking batter was moving the game towards the hands of Blue Star Cricket friends is now losing his wicket. Anuraj's intent to play the pull shot away was not working well, as he couldn't get the distance he was looking for, and that is a very good catch taken at the deep, which ends up to his wicket. 129 for 8 it is, as Anuraj walks back to the pavilion. Now with just 2 wickets in hands, they need 31 of 23. It's been slowly going away from their hands. Blue Star Cricket friends must try something to keep things in control. Shiva, the new batter. Numbers doesn't seem to be convincing, but sometimes numbers don't tell the entire story. Oh, that's almost missing down the stumps. Bhargat should have got another one. Shiva seems to be a huge swing. 3 bowlers so far completed their spells. Jiva 4 overs 27 for 3. Satish completed his spell for 29 for 0, and Imran Khan with the same number 29 and got 2 wickets as well. 3 of them were spinners, with 2 leg spinners and 1 left arm spinner. Catches the call again, but no signs of the fielder getting closer to that. But I've been quite good under control with the way how things got over there. Karthik bowled the first over. Left arm pacer went for 16 runs. He's still having 3 overs. Bharkat is having another 2 overs to be bowled. And there is Ajay Shiva, who also did well. 2 overs 11 for 1. Was stopped from bowling after picking up a wicket. Maybe given at the last phase of this innings, which is the next over in fact. Much better one. He was not expecting that to come through that line. He was expecting that to come onto the stump line. So if you bowl to the stump line, there is more possibilities of any dramas to happen, as Thiagu seems of playing a slog sweep. But was not much convincing with that stroke as well. Bharkat is bowling a wonderful over. Picked up the wicket of Anuraj, considered just 3 runs so far. Dot ball to end the over. That's 132 for 8. Now in 3 overs they need 28 to win the game. The biggest drawback that went out of the control is the conversion rate of a batter. I could see nobody converted their numbers from 20 to 25 in fact. Between 20 and 25 we could see 4 batters today. Anuraj 20, Ruku 21, Mukundan 24 and Vallarasi 23. So 4 batters have lost their wickets between 20 to 25. If any one batter have converted them into big numbers, the conversion ratio would have eventually made them to get closer to the target. I think that's where things went out of the control, including Sachin Riga. 5 bowlers set themselves well today, but nobody played that as a longer innings. The conversion failed, which leads them to feel pressure now. 27 of 18 to win the game. With Ajay Shiva back into the attack. 2 overs left for him, including this. As these misfields, unfortunate over there at the long off. Jiva, if I'm not wrong, this could never be accepted at this level of cricket, especially when you are in the driver's seat, but yet the match is not yet completed. You must be very careful. Look at that. It seems like they felt they are at the driver's seat. They felt they could eventually win this game. But don't forget, these batters also have the potential to go for the big shots. Just 2 sixers, the game might go out of your control. Much better one. 2 is the call. And that turns out to be just a single. Six runs of the first 2 balls. This is turning out to be a wonderful over for the batting unit, with a couple of deliveries to keep things under control. Oh, that's clean bowled. Ajay Shiva somehow brought in the breakthrough. Thiagu plays a pull shot to a good length delivery, which is not even bouncing to his expectation. In fact, it is skidding on. This is how Ajay Shiva have got his first wicket as well. Look at that. Failed to understand the length leads up to him losing his wicket. Did well with the ball, but couldn't continue the same momentum with the bat except that one maximum. 138 for 9. Thiago walks back to the pavilion. Now all they need is just one wicket to win the game, and Blue Stars need 22 runs to win the game. Which will happen? We're not sure. The man coming with a yellow cap has the answer for it. Shaktivel, the final batter, number 11 batter, to accompany his side. Blue Star Cricket friends. Catches the call as that fell in a no man's area. Now every ball is going to be a thriller. A thrilling encounter. Perfect masala set for the T20 entertainer out here. Can Shiva be able to marinate the masala as well? If he goes for a couple of boundaries, this might even increase tense. I'll still say there is a possibility for Blue Star Cricket friends right from here. Take the game deep, take the game till 19.4, then decide what needs to be done. Goes for the big shot in between the fielders. As the fielders converging together, we'll be getting a couple of runs on the board for that. 2 to end the over, that's 142 for 9. Now all they need. But before that, we have to look at the bowling card. There you could see Barakat having 2 overs, Ajay Shiva having 1 over. Most probably with one would be completed by Barakat and the other would be completed by Ajay Shiva. We couldn't see Karthik. We may not see Karthik except that first over. That's pretty unfortunate. He was bowling really well. He bowled that first over really well, but was not given another chance to bowl. 2 boundaries went as an inside edge. But anyway, spinners does the job really well. Unique Smashers are already in the driver's seat now. All their focus were on that one wicket, which could eventually make them win the game. Sometimes when you hardly go for that, you'll never get that. That's how it used to happen. But all they need is to score a couple of runs, 18 more from 12 balls. It's better to score runs on the board by running between the wickets. 1s and 2s could eventually get you to the winning numbers rather than trying to find it into the aerial route. Barakat to bowl the first ball. An intended Yorker turns out to be a dot ball to begin things off in the 19th over. This is going to be dramatic right from here. 11 balls, 18 needed. In fact, they shouldn't do anything unusual right from here, Unique Smashers. Sticking on to discipline and trying what basics needs to be done could eventually make them win the game rather than trying something out of the box. Whereas for Blue Star Cricket friends, taking the game deep is the only formula they have right from here. And this approach will never take the game deeper. Starts off with a couple of dot balls over there. 18 of 10 to win the game now. Turns out to be just a single over there. With just 3 balls to finish things off. 143 for 9 it is. Goes over the bowler's head. Chance for 2. But that is a wonderful save out there. You could never go for the second run. Vijay Raghavan, the fielder. It's still having the same story of cat and the wall. Which side it will jump? Though this seems to be Unique Smashers game, there is still a possibility. I suspect Shiva and Shaktivel could do something that unique smashers must be very careful with the rest of the balls being bowled. You could never stay relaxed. Through the covers this time, Vijay Raghavan chases down the ball. Another good try and a wonderful save out there. Saves 3 runs in fact. That's not going to be a second run. So Vijay Raghavan eventually saves 4 runs overall. Stopped them from running a second run in the previous ball and saved a boundary which went on to be just a single in this ball. 145 for 9 with 15 runs needed of 7 balls. That's high in the air. Vijay Raghavan again comes under the ball and that is taken. That's the moment is here. As unique smashers have won the toss, decided to bat first and eventually packed up their opposition to strongly move on to the finals. Taking back to this wicket of Barakat, Vijay Raghavan was sensible with his fielding standards and this is one among them. A very good height catch taken to finish things off. Wonderful performance from unique smashers out there. They won the toss, batted first, put a total of 159 with the help of Mohammad Kafi's 45, 37 from Satish, 19 from Vijay Raghavan, Raj 24 and Atikur Rahman 16. Overall, it's been a comprehensive performance with the bat, but was not satisfied total. Blue Star cricket friends were happy with that performance, but what a comeback this is from unique smashers. They have defended 159 in semi-finals in white jersey. Not an easy one to do. The biggest trouble with Blue Star cricket friends is Mukundan scored 24 but couldn't make it to a good number. Vallarsi scored 23, couldn't make it to a good number. Sachin Riga 15, Anuraj 20, Ruku 21 and Thiagu 13. Nobody have converted their numbers to a big number. That's the biggest failure from Blue Star cricket friends today. Whereas with the bowling card, Karthik started with 16 runs in the first over. From then on, its spinners took on control. Satish 4 overs 29 for 0. Imran Khan 4 overs 29 for 2. Barakat 3 overs 22 for 2. And Jiva 4 overs 27 for 3. Ajay Shiva as a medium pacer came in 3 overs 21 for 2. Exceptional bowling display from unique smashers. It's a teamwork made them to win the game, but special performance from Mohammad Kafedullah ensures them winning this game, as he'll be given the player of the match award.